Hello, welcome. It is me, Danielle Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Welcome. Today's video, it's a live video, it's unedited, but this is going to be part of a series that's already continuing, and we are talking about Capricorn. Capricorn is the most ambitious, unstoppable, and strategic sign of all the zodiac, okay? They don't just dream success, they build it brick by brick with patience. But what makes Capricorn so powerful? We're going to discuss that. Why does Saturn, the planet of discipline and karma, rule over their destiny? We'll talk about that. What are their careers? How are they in a relationship? Colors, numbers, what brings them luck? In this video, I am going to break down everything you need to know. Everything you need to know about Capricorn, the people and the energy, the traits, their strengths, their weaknesses, their career paths, and more. If you are a Capricorn, or you know a Capricorn, or maybe you just are really into astrology, this is a great video for you, okay? And if you just want to understand the power house energy, stay tuned because we are going to unlock all this energy and explain it by details, in detail.
3, 2, 1.
I love you.
Okay, so let's talk about the Capricorn basics. Okay, first of all, Capricorns, the season is December 22nd to January 19th. Capricorn is an earth sign, and earth signs are all about being solid and structured. Unlike the fertile earth of Taurus or the analyzed earth of Virgo, Capricorns are all about the rocky mountains and the building and the built of endurance. Okay, now, all earth signs like to live in reality. They don't want the fantasy. They're very slow and steady, and they're security driven, hardworking, very patient. They appreciate the material world, the physical world, the tangible items of things, and they're very loyal and disciplined, whether it's money, career, nature, the world outside, going out and experience the trees and being at a great park. Or even like the senses, your food, your touch, the art. Earth signs are deeply connected to the physical experience of life. That's why we have earth signs, to enjoy the tangible world. Okay. Earth signs make a promise and they keep it. So that is Capricorn, just in the earth element. Now, modality is the cardinal. Okay, there is cardinal, mutable, and fixed. And Capricorn is a cardinal sign, meaning that they're the initiator and they're the leaders. Now, the cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, and Libra. And Capricorn itself, I don't know if I said the earth signs, they're Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. But the modality cardinal signs, they are the initiators, the leaders, and the pioneers of the zodiac. They're the natural born leaders. They thrive on positions of authority. They're very action orientated and motivated, very strong willed, assertive, the change makers. Each cardinal sign begins a new season too. So they set the tone for change and action and fresh starts. So Capricorn is when Capricorn season begins, it's the first day of winter, a time for survival and strategy. Now, cardinal signs also are just leadership, and that's why the Capricorns are like the CEO of the zodiac, if you didn't know that. And when you have the earth element and you have the cardinal sign element, you're talking about the master planner. Every time it's January 1st, what is the first thing, what is the most thing everyone's trying to do? Get a planner. Get a planner, set their goals, vision boards. That's very Capricorn energy. Now, Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, okay? And Saturn is the very serious, pessimistic, okay, life lessons. If you know anything about your Saturn return, you're like, this is such a struggle. And the reason why it's a struggle is because you are going through your Saturn return. What is the hard lesson? Let's focus on long-term energy, okay? And we'll get into that in a whole nother video. But far as Capricorn and Saturn, that's why Saturn is the ruler, but we'll get more detailed into Saturn. Now, the symbol for Capricorn is the sea goat. And the sea goat, I just, when I first learned astrology, I just thought it was a goat, but it's a sea goat. And it's like a goat with a fishtail. And it's very, it could resemble water. Okay. And people don't really associate Capricorn with emotions, but there is this underneath hidden reserve interior energy of emotions with Capricorns. But the sea goat itself is it's dealing with solitude and privacy and isolation. Also, the goat climbs high. It can be on a mountain. Oh my gosh! In real life, I we were on a road trip, and my son's like, "Look at all those goats," and to see them on a mountain was like crazy, okay? Because it's like, how do they stay on there? And it was a very steep mountain. Anyway, but yes, and also there's a connection to water energy because it does have that fishtail as well. Anyway, but the mantra for Capricorn is I use. And we'll get into the tarot card. It's the devil card. I actually have some more detailed cards that represent Capricorn as well, but there's earthly desires in the devil card. There's material mastery and control. The metal is lead. It's a very strong yet heavy metal that represents Capricorn. Capricorn is the 10th sign of the Zodiac, and it is the last earth sign, meaning that any of the last element of the zodiac sign, so the last air sign, which is Aquarius, the last water sign, which is Pisces, the last earth, water, fire sign, which is Sagittarius. Did I say it? Yes, the Sagittarius. I don't know why I drew a blank there. But the last, is it Sagittarius? I don't know why I can't think right now. The last fire sign is it Sagittarius? Let me put hold up, wait a minute. Let me see. Let me put some boom. Yeah, Sagittarius. Okay, good. Want to make sure I have my facts, and I couldn't picture it in my head. But it's because I just know Sagittarius so well. I'm like, okay. Anyway, but they do have the most energy of all of it. So Capricorn has that energy of the Taurus. They have the energy of the Virgo, and they're able to make it really strong. So that last earth, or the last fire, the last water, they're really strong energies there. Okay. Not only do we have that, then they are a feminine sign, which is also a negative sign. Negative is not like the energy, it's just a neutral energy, but it's called negative or feminine. And what that also means, and it's not bad, okay? So what that also means is yin. You know how there's yin and yin is more receptive, it's introspective energy. It's the complete opposite of yang energy, which is active and outward energy. So that's the more masculine energy. And Capricorn is a more feminine energy, okay? And all the yin signs or feminine energy signs are Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. So that's earth signs and water signs, okay? Yin feminine energy is more inward, it's more reflective, it's more strategic, it's more structured. It doesn't react impulsively. I know we said emotions are involved in here, but it's more internal when it comes to especially the Capricorn, and more calculating actions, thinking long term, draws energy inwards before actually taking the action. So like if you're an emotional sign or water sign, you're more inward, and that's that feminine energy. Okay, so Capricorn yin energy is also introverted. Because we're dealing with yin feminine energy, Capricorns are very introverted, not weak, okay? Also very strategic, not reckless, very enduring, not explosive, master over emotions, not emotionalist, okay? Capricorns can feel emotions. Let's be very clear. And remember, I told you they are the goat with the fishtail. That's there for a reason, okay? Capricorn absorbs knowledge and refines ideas and then takes it into action. And they don't just act to act. Capricorns are very, very calculated, okay? Now, with all this said, before we continue, that was just the basics of the Capricorn. I do want you to subscribe. I want you to also, if you love this deep dive into Capricorn energy already, why stop here? Join my newsletter. I have a newsletter. I have a newsletter that is called, it's free, first of all, and it does the weekly astrologies. It's called Danielle Tarot, Danielle's Insights or Danny's Insights. I forgot the name of the newsletter, but it is linked down below. You get the transits, weekly transits breakdowns and exclusive insights, and it's free, 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 free. On top of that, it helps me connect to you. It helps me stay in touch with you. So if the people in charge here decide to delete my platforms or any way, I can stay in touch with you because I have your email. So that's really the primary reason why I have the newsletter, but you still get something free weekly. Okay. Also, if you really want more, then you can join my exclusive Astro Tarot community. It's just $4.99 a month. For more astrology insights, I break down people's astrology chart, famous, political, all that. I break down the energy even more detailed than what I do here on this platform. There's exclusive discussions, and you're talking about with like-minded people who are really into tarot and astrology. All that is in my community, and that's just $4.99 a month. And then lastly, I do want to say that I am going to link this playlist for the zodiac signs down below. But if you're interested in this, there are more zodiac signs that I do. Yeah, and just go ahead and look at that playlist. Okay, so now let's talk about the themes of Capricorn. So the positive things of Capricorn is that Capricorn, and here I have a little visual for people who are. Why is it not showing? Oh, that's so annoying. Why is it not showing? Is it showing and I can't see it? There we go. That's annoying. Okay. I actually did this slide for when Pluto was in a sign Capricorn. We discussed that. That's a past video and that's in my 2025 playlist. But the themes of Capricorn and their traits. Okay. Here you see there's buildings. You see there's a time. Sand for the time. What is that? I can't think of what that's called. You see, you got the CEO there. He's climbing some stairs. There's a mountain. It's winter. Yes, very Capricorn energy. So Capricorn's positive traits is that they're very hardworking, they're very ambitious, they're very disciplined and responsible. They take commitments very seriously, very strategic and very practical. Talk about giving them gifts that makes no sense just for fun. They're not into that. And this is not for all Capricorn placements, just so you know, okay? Not all Capricorn systems are like this, but most of them are. But they're into planning and managing and making wise long-term decisions. They're very patient and persistent. They play the long game, okay? So if you're trying to outweigh a Capricorn, it's not happening. They're very wise and mature, somewhat of like old souls, just like Pisces are somewhat old souls, very resilient and grounded. They do not give up. Even when the odds are against them, they're not going to give up because they're thinking about the long term. Very traditional and loyal. You're talking about family history. You're talking about building a strong foundation. You're talking about religion, any type of religion that's been old. That's Capricorn energy, okay? Capricorns are self-sufficient. They're step-by-step manner. They're very cautious, very practical, known for being planners, organizers, capable of infinite patience, reserved, conservative, sober, highly motivated, views pleasure seeking as a waste of time. Waste of time. You're trying to have fun, waste of time. They could be very loyal and will go out their way to repay any kind of kindness. That is a very Capricorn energy. Also concentrated, powerful, labor, detailed thinker, thorough, patient. If I didn't say patient in so many different ways, in different words, then I'm trying to explain to you how the long-term energy works for Capricorn. Also, too, very trustworthy. I forgot I didn't turn on my lights here. Very trustworthy, serious and mature, disciplined, thoughtful, and quiet. Okay. Remember that introvert yin and energy that they have. Very controlled, very efficient, very strong and capable, motivating force and desire for success, money, status. Okay. A lot of people think Capricorns are gold diggers. Well, here you go. They are into position and authority. And though you may not realize it, it's all for love. Okay. They do all this for love. Capricorn is linked to the midheaven. If you know anything about astrology and looking at the charts, they're connected to the midheaven. The point on the top of the astrology chart, you have your ascendant, which is like how you're viewing the world. You have your IC, which you are at home. You have your MC, which is how you are relationships. And then your MC is how you are with the Capricorn. And you have how you are with relationships. But then you also have this where the midheaven is. And this midheaven point is the top of the horoscope and it represents high achievement. Okay. They are born climbers, which we had here. See, they're climbers. Okay. Heightened sense of value and time. You learn to wait for things you want with Capricorn energy. Very melancholy. They could be highly creative too. You may not think this, because they have a talent for organization, and you see the creativity come out with that. They also don't want to depend on anyone else. They want to depend on themselves. They're very conservative with money and tend to see things very black and white. None of this give me this ambiguous energy. They want to know yes or no. Can we do it? Can we not do it? Kind of energy. Nothing in between. Now they could be a great friend, a really good friend, but a really bad enemy. So let's get into the negative traits. Okay. Negative traits of Capricorn is that they're a workaholic. They could be overly serious. They struggle to relax. Okay. They come off cold, distant, emotionally distant. Their logical nature can make them seem unfeeling and detached. Okay. If you know a Capricorn moon, it's like, do you cry? Okay. There is that. They're very rigid and stubborn. Resistance to change or anything that's very spontaneous. If you say, oh, let's do this for fun, they're like, wait, that was not the plan. It really gets mad. Status obsessed and materialistic, but they equate that to success with financial or social standing. Very pessimistic, could be very harsh, because they're so realistic. Okay. And realism sometimes turns them into negativity and lack of faith. Okay. They could be controlling and power hungry because you see they're ruthless leaders. They really have to achieve the things that they want to achieve. Yeah, but the emotions are also turned off because there could be emotions inhibited. Feelings are often turned upon native, resulting in self-pity, unforgiving, cold, irritable, timid in action. Yes, and it's really because their heart could be hurt. So just be aware of that. Very forceful, stubborn, and domineering. Now, speaking of Saturn, remember I told you Saturn is the ruler. So like the moon is the ruler of Cancer, Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, Mars is the ruler of Aries, Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn. And when you have this, you have the planet that is all about discipline and lessons and structure, karma and long-term success. And that makes that connection with Capricorn, that hardworking, responsible, and resilient energy. And greatness takes time kind of energy. Now, Saturn's influence is delayed gratification. Later in life, that Capricorn is successful. Okay. Also, to karma, that this planet of karma, whatever is built on solid foundation will last. But shortcuts and dishonesty won't survive. That's why you have karma with Saturn and it's linked to Capricorn, because they're like, if you didn't build it and you didn't work hard for it, then it's not going to last in the long term. Okay. Saturn hardens that Capricorn, making them very stoic, practical, and focus on tangible success. Okay, let's talk about colors for Capricorn. If you see here, there's some colors here. A main color here, the colors of Capricorn is black, dark brown, deep green, gray, and navy blue. Navy blue is strong too with Virgos, but you got that black and gray because it represents power, control, structure. And it's so interesting because they want that black and white, but the color gray is also deal with them. But it's also time and strength. Gray also represents winter and the doom and gloom of winter. Dark green symbolizes Capricorn too, because you're talking about that earth, longevity, and finances and stability. Navy blue is because there's wisdom, loyalty, and discipline. Their flowers are pansies and ivy, and they represent resilience, strength, and slow growth. Cypress and pine trees because they represent longevity and wisdom. Let's talk about the numbers with Capricorns, okay? If you're into numerology, you'll really be into this, but we're going to briefly talk about this. Capricorn's numbers are 2, 8, 10, and 22. So the reason why 2, because normally in 2 in numerology is representing partnerships and relationships. And you're like, how does that work? But if you really think about, Capricorns always have to work with someone to achieve what they want to achieve. So they believe in partnership, balance, patience, being diplomatic. Also, 2 is very gentle and cooperative and even intuitive. There's a duality in relationships and emotional intelligence with the 2. 2 is dealing with strategic relationships and power and partnerships. That's very Capricorn because they need to succeed through mentorship, which is very Capricorn energy, and building, having collaborations or business collaborations or being very strategic with their networking. That's partnerships. So that's number 2. 8 is the number of karma, power, and financial success. We've discussed that all with Capricorn. 10 is leadership and mastery. That's also that cardinal sign because it is 1. And then you have 22, which is a master number, and you're talking about a master builder number, and also symbolizing visionary long-term success. Okay, the crystals and stones that really work with Capricorn energy, and you don't have to be a Capricorn to work with numerology, or those numbers are to work with these crystals or stones. But you're talking about an onyx, an obsidian, it absorbs negativity and provides strength. A garnet, it enhances passion, motivation, and endurance. And a malachite, it helps balance ambition with emotional well-being. Malachite too is green. You're dealing with that money too, also too. Now Capricorn, the animals that Capricorn represents. Again, we talked about the mountain goat. It's symbolizing climbing, perseverance, and not giving up. Okay, never giving up. You have the crocodile, which is a patient hunter. Just think of the crocodile slowly creeping up. Very strategic and ancient. There's longevity, survival, and quiet power. You have the owl, which is very wise, serious, and observant. And it's beyond illusion, much like the Capricorn's realistic nature. Okay, it can see beyond the illusion, is what I meant to say. You have a tortoise. Why? The tortoise is moving very slow, very steady, winning a race. Isn't that the tortoise that beats the rabbit or something like that? Also, Black Panther, because you have mysterious energies, very powerful. It moves with quiet and confidence, and it symbolizes leadership and control. But overall, the goat. And also, too, what does the goat mean? The greatest of all time. And you're talking about that Capricorn energy. Who thinks of goat? Who always says they're the greatest of all time? We'll get into those famous Capricorns in a minute. Now, herbs that represent Capricorn. Herbs or scents are like foods that are associated with Capricorn. You have comfrey and thyme. They're dealing with healing and strength. Chamomile, because it's calming and balancing. Sage is for wisdom and purification. Cedar and cypress is for protective and grounding. Essential oils, frankincense and myrrh, spiritual connection and longevity. Vetiver, I use that to go to sleep, but it's to deep grounding and success. Patchouli is for success. Sandalwood, love sandalwood in a perfume or in an oil, but I put it in my hair all the time. But you're talking about wealth, you're talking about discipline, and you're talking about wisdom. Foods that help Capricorn and any type of root vegetables. Why? It's grounded, it's in the dirt, it's dealing with earth. So you're talking about potatoes, carrots, beets. It keeps you grounded. Dark leafy greens. Kinich. I just made it all one word. Kale and spinach. Okay. It provides strength and endurance. Walnuts and almonds. Oh, I love walnuts and almonds. They support their Saturn ruled bones and joints. And that is the body part that Capricorn represents. I don't know if I said the body part, the joints and the knees and bones. Okay. Goat cheese and dairy also is connected with the symbol, the sea goat as well. Okay. Now, cities that represent Capricorn energy. And why would you need to know this? This is for all my astrologers who are really getting into astrology. The cities associated with Capricorn are places of power, history, or structure. They have government hubs, they're financial centers, or they have ancient sites. So you're talking about Washington, D.C., Greece, Brussels, Boston, Montreal, Oxford, and Delhi. I hope I said it right. Moscow and Berlin. Very serious and structured and powerful cities. Also, you have an Antarctic Ocean is dealing with the cold in winter. And remember, I told you this is the cardinal sign of winter. And if you notice, they always say Capricorns are very cold, right? So anything dealing with super, super cold areas, Great Britain, Germany, Bulgaria, Mexico, and Afghanistan. Okay. Now, bless jobs and careers for Capricorns. Okay. Capricorns strive to have a high, responsible role in their job. Okay. You're talking about this long-term planning energy, leadership, the CEO, expertise kind of energy. They want to be the expertise and excel in their field that demands patience, structure, and discipline. So you're talking about a CEO, a business owner, okay, because they're natural born leaders, a lawyer or a judge, because Saturn rules Capricorn, and they are in charge of law, rules, and justice. You can have that energy. It's more Jupiter and Sagittarius, but they're very going to take the emotions out of it. Okay. A politician in government. If you didn't know, Capricorn and Saturn represents the government, and that is very much a Capricorn energy. So if you feel like you're with a Capricorn, you're like, why are you always so restrictive and so controlling? That is that government kind of energy that they have. Okay. Financial analysts and economics, they're really good with money and investments. Architect and engineering, you're talking about Saturn rules the bones and structure. So an engineer, someone who's in charge of the bones of anything, the bones of the house. Okay. Historians, activists, and professor, because they are dealing with the past, traditions, and wisdom. Military, law enforcement, any thing really dealing with a uniform, they also are involved with that because they're dealing with authority and discipline. They could be chiropractors too. Again, the bones, the joints, and skeletons. The skeletor system. So they could be a doctor and surgeon too that's dealing with the bones as well. Okay. Yes, I said business owner. I said economic. Someone who's dealing with anything dealing with economy, and a carpenter too, a builder, literally a builder. Okay, they're highly organized and patient. They can handle pressure, leadership roles, and they think long term. Just so any job that deals with that. Now, if you're a Capricorn rising, or what a Capricorn looks like, because the Capricorn rising really kind of sometimes, for the most part, not all the time, talks about your appearance. Okay, so Capricorns, you could be a sun Capricorn, you could be a moon Capricorn, you could be a Capricorn rising. You can have these traits. Someone who has a defined bone structure, like high cheekbones, very serious and very intense with their expressive. Okay, deep set or piercing eyes, very lean and bony frame. They age well too, because you're talking about Saturn is the father of time, Capricorn, father of time. So they also wear a lot of dark and neutral wardrobe. Those are more my Venus and Capricorn energy. Think of classic beauty with an air of power and wisdom. That's a Capricorn. That's what they look like. Okay. Capricorns in tarot. Okay. You have the devil card. I have a few tarot cards here. This is a more, I'm going to have to cover it up. A more, I don't want to, more kind of energy of the basic tarot, and it represents the devil. That's what Capricorn represents. Here's another tarot card here, and the tarot card has like this Batmus that represents the devil, and then they have the Adam and Eve normally depicted, and they're in chains. This is the Capricorn card. I know it's like, what? Here's a happier which, I'm not condoning devil energy here. Capricorn card. So the Capricorn card represents the devil, and you're talking about the devil card is representing materialism, temptation, control, discipline, power struggles. They have a deep connection with Capricorn energy, because the Capricorn is so into the material world. They're so ambitious. They need to have control. And then too, they want the earthly desires. So they want the tangible things that the devil is promising them. If you listen to the lyrics of Kendrick Lamar, or if you listen to the lyrics of Snoop Dogg, or you listen to these, I just know rap, I don't know other people, maybe rock and roll, maybe. And they talk about talking to the devil or signing their life to the devil. Yes, they do say these things in their lyrics. And they're talking about because they want material wealth and success, and they want to be the best in what they are. Okay. And I know for a fact that Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, who else? There's so many rappers who talk about them talking to Lucy, and they want to be successful in life, and they literally say they're getting all these things. Anyway, so that's another story. Okay. This card is not all about evil though. Because if you are just pulling this card and you're talking about Capricorn, you are talking about your fears, your desires, your ambitions, and you want to master them, and you want to have the lessons about that. That also is very Capricorn energy, right? That Saturn return with Capricorn, and the Saturn return seems like a devil. If you experience Saturn return like around 27, 26, 28, you experience that energy and you're like, oh, it's like you're dealing with the devil, literally, because you are having this life lesson. And it could be, most of the time it's about career, but it all depends on each person individually. But the negative side is obsession, restriction, toxic attachments, because Capricorn tends to overwork and become very rigid. Now, the lesson too with the Capricorn energy and its devil card is true power comes from mastering the material world without becoming enslaved by it. Say it again for the people in back. Okay. The lesson of Capricorn energy connected with the devil, and you have this tangible energy of wanting to master and own and be greedy with all the materialism, but you have to be able to master the material world without becoming enslaved to it. Okay. So if you are successful in your world, like a Capricorn, you're the CEO and you're at the top. And then they say, well, you have to sold yourself to the devil to consider to keep going in this field. You have to say no. By any means, no, because I am not that materialistic, okay, that I will sell my soul to the devil, okay. So we do have this. Let me read actually what this says here, because they have some keywords in this tarot deck here. For as the devil is toxic energy, obsessions, attachments, addictions, oppression, abusive, shadow self, materialism, sexual lust, greed, and envy. And you do have a lot of people who become CEOs and is connected to sexual lust. You do have that because when they have power, then all of a sudden the women are flocking at them. I'm just telling you, kitchen talk, general statements, okay? In a reverse, right, which would be more positive, it's recovery, leaving abusive, toxic situation. And you do have people who are in toxic relationships, and I'm going to use like football players or like rappers who are very bad, right? But the women are so into the materialism that they stay in this toxic relationship. So you do have that. I was actually looking at someone who was a stripper on YouTube, and she's like has this toxic relationship with Future the rapper. Okay, so that's very devil Capricorn energy. There's detachment when it's on a positive side, freedom, facing your shadows, independence, reclaiming power, and release. Okay, now I'm just going to show you some other Capricorn cards that represents in the tarot. You don't have to believe in tarot, you could just believe in astrology, but I'm just going to explain more Capricorn energy. Okay, so you have this card, which is the Ace of Pentacles, right? And it's when God is giving you new material or a new job or a new promotion or new opportunity or new manifestations or new resources, new prosperity. That's very tangible energy. And that is also dealing with Capricorn because it's an earth sign. And then you have the Two of Pentacles here, right? Usually it's like a person juggling two things at once. And that means you have choices and you're making decisions and you're persevering and you're juggling. That's very Capricorn energy because Capricorn is like, oh my gosh, I can do it all. Should I do it all? And also too, these are lessons, which Capricorn is all about a lesson. And then too, you have the Three of Pentacles. And Three of Pentacles, remember I told you, I know this is another number too, that Capricorn represents relationships, right? And this one is all about collaborating. And they're collaborating and are learning a new skill from someone else to improve in their business. So collaboration, teamwork, skills, shared goals, work and learning, and pool energy. Okay. Also, too, another Capricorn energy is the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, Capricorns are very, very practical. And you see, this person is holding on to dear life to their tangible items. And then you have that devil card, which is like you're just holding on to this materialism and you're obsessed with this materialism. And this also could be dealing with that, but possessiveness, insecurity, frugal, saving money, conservative. They're very conservative with their money, guarded. Okay, long-term success too. That's very positive with Capricorn. Also on the opposite side, right, is generous, giving, overspending, greed, openness, financial insecurity, and reckless. Okay, and then also too, we have this one is just all the earth's energy. And this is the Page of Pentacles. And I just want you to know that's the starting of anything tangible in your life. Okay. So starting off to take care of your health, that's more Virgo energy, but this is earth energy. Starting off to build your career, starting off to learn. Okay. There's manifestation, groundedness, ambitious, goal orientated, financial opportunity. There's a planner, which is very Capricorn energy, and loyal, very Capricorn energy. Lastly, we have the Queen of Pentacles here. And this is very interesting, right? Because the Queen of Pentacles, I would think more Taurus energy, but this is Capricorn energy. And it's very nurturing. It's more Capricorn and water. And remember in the beginning of this video, I explained to you that Capricorn is the sea goat. And the sea goat is that emotions. The tail is representing emotions, which is water. And the goat itself is representing earth. So you have nurturing, practical, generous, welcoming, sensible, luxurious, caring, homebody, good sense businesses, working parent. This is the positive energy of Capricorn. Okay, the positive energy of Capricorn is going to be charitable and giving and give you great business sense and also really great with money, but not too toxic with money as well. Okay, so that is what we have for the tarot. I'm just putting these cards back because we don't want to lose no tarot cards. Some of these tarot decks I can't purchase again. Okay. And one card missing. then the deck is useless. Okay. So that is what we have for the Capricorn and Tarot. So let me tell you about the Decans in Capricorn. And the Decans in Capricorn basically represents the time, the day you were born. And more an astrologer viewpoint, it is the actually I'm going to show it to you. It is the degrees that you have. So let me show you, give you an example here of what this looks like. Okay, so if we look here, my Capricorn energy is here, okay? And this is what I was talking about earlier with the midheaven Capricorn. Right here, this is where you're talking about your success, your public image, your career, and your goals, okay? Now, here are the different decans in each zodiac sign, okay? Each zodiac sign has 3 different decans, okay? So there's 3 different types of Capricorns, if you didn't know, okay? First, if you're born at the beginning, let me see if I have the dates because I go off of the degrees because each one is representing 10 degrees. So 10, 20, and then this is up to 30 degrees. Okay. So this is 10 to 20, and this is 20 to 30. Okay. If that makes sense. So 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. Okay. So I go off of more degrees, but because I do more predictive astrology, but if you're talking about the day, so this is usually someone who is born, this first decan is someone who's born December 22nd to the 31st. It is ruled by Saturn. Each first decan is really the strongest of the Capricorn. So anyone you know who is born December 22nd to the 31st, they are the strongest Capricorn because their ruler, their sub-ruler is Saturn. So everything that I talked about, they are the purest Capricorn, okay? They're very cautious, they're very hardworking, they're very patient, they're highly responsible, they move slow and steady, they don't take shortcuts. Their true success takes time. They outlast everyone. They can be very serious and pessimistic and very private, very mature, and are a traditionalist, okay? They want stable careers, they want conservative value, they have conservative values, and they believe in long-term goals. Now, if we go to the second decan, then you're talking about Venus. Venus brings more happiness and pleasure to these Capricorns, okay? And maybe even a more creative thing. So you're talking about their key traits are they're ambitious, artistic, charming, financially driven, and sensible. There's beauty. Venus adds to beauty and charm and love for material success, okay? They're more social. They're more magnetic. They're business with pleasure. They work hard, but also value luxury and comfort. Their success, but they also want to enjoy it. This brings the equilibrium, very Venus energy, to the Capricorn because they're creative and artistic, but there's also architect. There's fashion, design, luxury to an industry. They're the CEOs of this. Christian Louboutin is a Capricorn, and I wonder if he's born in this decan. Financially motivated, lasting wealth and status too. And the last decan is Mercury. Now, these are the most smartest of the Capricorns, okay? And not saying that you can't be a Capricorn and not born in this deck and not be smart. There's other elements or other aspects to your chart. But the third decan, which is you're born January 11th to the January 19th, the second decan is January 1st to January 10th. Okay, so the last decan is ruled, the sub-ruler is Mercury, and you're talking about you're very analytical, there's strategic, you're very strategic. There's intellect here, detailed, very detailed. Oh my gosh, it's like, oh my God, just, sometimes I just run over the details, okay? Business savvy also too. Now that Mercury added to the Capricorn makes you very sharp-minded, incredible organization skills. If you need someone to organize your business, get someone born around this time who has positive traits, okay? And a knack for strategy. They're ultimate planners, they're problem solvers. They can see flaws in any type of system and fix it and improve it. And no, Elon Musk is not in this. He does have a I think a Neptune and Saturn, but he does have a Saturn placement. Oh, it is in his last decan too. I have to remember. I don't remember. Business and communicative focus. And the reason why I said that is because he's in charge of Doge. That's a whole nother thing. Business and communicative focus. So they're into negotiations, networking, media, finances. Oh no, he is a Neptune and Sagittarius. Sorry, no Capricorn here. But more adaptable, open to learning and adjusting their methods, and reserved but witty. So a lot of dry humor. But there's an intellectual charm with them. Very, very smart. I will hire this decan any day to help me run my business. Okay, very serious, very meticulous, but this is what you want when you have that Capricorn energy. Now let's talk about love. After we talk about the seriousness here, now we are going to talk about love, right? And when you talk about love, actually, let me stop sharing here so I can put this down. When you talk about love, okay, they're very slow and steady, the Capricorn, very protective, and they believe in traditional love, okay? They don't rush in love. They build it like long-term investments. They value stability, loyalty, and trust. If they're with you, they're probably devoted. They're probably not going to leave, okay? Their best matches are with Taurus and Virgos, earth signs, because they're stable and reliable and grounded, and water signs too, any type of feminine sign. And this brings emotional depth and understanding. Now they challenge with the more masculine signs. So Aries and Leo, they could be too impulsive, and the ego is clashing there at Capricorns with them. Now when Capricorns are with Geminis and Sagittarius, they're too unpredictable. Capricorn is like, excuse me, we need stability, and Capricorns want structure in their world. That's it in a nutshell. We can go in more. I could do a whole video on love and zodiac signs, but we'll leave it there for now. Now, their shadow side is, again, emotionally detached, fear of failure. They have self-doubt. They could be controlling, power obsessed. Also, they have to learn to embrace flexibility. You know, if they have someone who's complete opposite of them, they bring that energy to take them out of their pessimistic daily routine grind. So kind of they need that, and they need to celebrate their wins. Okay, let's talk about the holidays that are in Capricorn during Capricorn season. And you're talking about Christmas in America, and that's because you're dealing with tradition, you're dealing with family structure, and you're also, if you're religious, there's a religious aspect theme here. The Roman holiday Saturnalia was also absorbed during the Christmas, so they honored Saturn. A lot of people who are into conspiracy theories and Illuminati talk about that all the time, and that is something that's very Christmas themed too. If you didn't know, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, you know, this is the main time of reflection and setting for goals for the year ahead. You do your resolutions, your discipline, and you're thinking about long-term energy. Also, what do we have here? It says Orthodox Christmas. That's January 7th. And we talked about the traditions of everything. Epiphany. I don't know what that is, but it's celebrated on January 6th. And it's talking about wisdom, tradition, and honoring the past. And it's a Christian tradition. It marks the visit of the Magi, the wise men, symbolizing knowledge and discipline. Now, MLK, his birthday, he's a Capricorn, and he's talking about structure, discipline, and justice. He was a leader. He embodied that Saturn themes. So you did have that, and it's something of a tradition. You have Monday off probably to help you stop working. Because I think everyone thinks about Martin Luther King Day and having that Monday off and really like, okay, a day of relaxing, but Capricorn will probably still be working, okay? All these holidays are more about tradition, discipline, and setting goals too, okay? And reflecting of the past and building a structure or a building for the future of this past kind of theme here, okay? Now, famous Capricorns, we have Muhammad Ali, Elvis Presley, Ice Spice. A lot of people say she's very cold in the face. Doesn't give emotion. There's no one there. She's like the devil. Very Capricorn explanation of her. Kevin Costner, LeBron James, he says he's the GOAT. He thinks he's the GOAT. Very Capricorn energy. Diane Keaton, Martin Luther King, we just discussed. Lotto, the rapper. Jude Law, Gabby Douglas, she is a gymnast. That would be very Capricorn energy too. John Legend, he comes off very serious to me. He looks like a Capricorn to me too. Kate Middleton, she also comes off very like serious and structured kind of energy. Gayle King, you see she had a relationship with Oprah, and we talked about the number 2 in relationships with Capricorn. So you have that. Paul Revere, Tiger Woods, long-term energy. Nicolas Cage, Lee Daniels. Lee Daniels may have been born in that second decan. I wonder, I don't know when his birthday is, but that is also very creative energy, but a very serious about his profession, right? David Bowie, same with him. Mary J. Blige, same with her. Jim Carrey, and very funny. He's also very intelligent too. So I wonder if he's born in the last decade. Denzel Washington, very serious energy. He is fun and he is funny. But you see that he's a very studied man. Okay. Ryan Seacrest, very serious about his career. Regina King, she is also very serious about her career. Dolly Parton, very highly achieved Capricorn energy. LL Cool J, he was the first time I didn't know what GOAT was. It was years ago. I was in college and he had a song called GOAT. And I'm like, what does that mean? And this was before Google, so I couldn't Google it. Ellen DeGeneres, Steve Harvey, Sade. I love Sade. Okay. If you know me, I collect a bunch of t-shirts. Any Sade t-shirt, I'm going to buy it in a heartbeat. Listen to this. Jeff Bezos, he makes the Capricorn. Okay. Michelle Obama. Who else do we have? Oh, here, James Quincy. I didn't know who that was, but he is the CEO of Coca-Cola. Madam CJ Walker. She created the perm, very business-like person. Also, too, I have a quote that's very famous for Capricorn. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. That is a quote written by Steve Jobs, and he is a Capricorn moon. Okay, Capricorn moons don't play either. Woo-wee, my husband is a Capricorn moon. He has to stay busy. I have a close friend who's a Sagittarius with a Capricorn moon. She's always running the streets, staying busy, cannot sit still. So it gives you think they're very active, but the thing is that they have to keep being busy because that's what they believe in, hard work. Okay. And they don't like cutting corners a lot. At all, really. So we have, let me see what else we have. Final takeaway of the Capricorns. So I hope you understand a lot about the Capricorn energy. They are builders. They're very strategic. They're leaders. They have emotions. They hide them. They're very guarded with them. And when they hide them, you see that negative energy come out. Also, too, remember I explained the devil card and how that comes off with toxic energy because they're so obsessed with the material world and they have to release and not become a slave of it. Okay. They are designed to create, achieve, and withstand the test of time. Their greatest lesson is that learning that success is not just about power. It's also about meaning of love and fulfillment. Okay. You don't always have to climb. Sometimes view is best when you stand still and take it all in. Okay, Capricorns. Okay. So that is what we have for the ultimate Capricorn guide. Now you know what it is that makes a Capricorn and what makes them more so ambitious, disciplined, and a powerful zodiac sign of, I think, of all the zodiac signs. Okay. Over Virgo. And you're talking about over that Beyonce, over that Michael Jackson. The Capricorn is so long term. Okay. It's the top. But we don't have to just stop here if you're trying to learn about Capricorns or anything. If you want to dive deeper into astrology, remember I have my Astro Tarot community. You can join. The link is down below. And don't forget also to sign up for my newsletter, which I talked about earlier. It gives you the weekly transits. There's weekly exclusive insights and powerful predictions, and it goes straight to your inbox for free. Okay. Also, comment down below. What is your favorite thing about a Capricorn or Capricorn energy? What is your least favorite thing? What can't you stand? What hit home? What was like, oh my gosh, this is so Capricorn. I'm going to send this to a Capricorn that I know. And how do you see these traits within yourself as well, too? Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That is you paying me for free. So also, too, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. Check out the other videos that I have linked to the other zodiac signs. Thank you for watching. And until next time, my beautiful people, trust the stars and keep building your legacy. Think long term, have patience. Don't be cold. Don't be emotionalist. Remember, there's charity and there's always love, and have the faith. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.